So good morning, Michael. Thank you for joining me for this seller session. And we're going to talk about your 57 Chevrolet Bel Air Restomod, which I think is just a very great looking car. So let's start out. How long have you owned the car?
Just short of 2.5 years right now.
Okay. And what drew you to the car? Was it an impulse buy or were you on the hunt for a 57?
I was on the hunt for a 57, but it was also an impulse buy when I seen it.
Okay.
So yeah, when I seen it, and it was the Restomod. It had all the bells and whistles that I was looking for. So that's what drew me to the car.
And did you see it at an auction or
No, actually on Marketplace.
oh, a Facebook Marketplace? Wow. So now, did you buy it from the builder?
Yes, the gentleman that built it and had a lot of the work done, but yeah, he's the one that built the car.
Okay. And so prior to him owning it, what was the history on the car?
As far as I know, he bought it from a car place up in Illinois, I believe it was. I actually have a picture in my book of pictures that I've got and everything.
Yeah.
He paid like $44,000 for the car and then tore it apart and did all the stuff to it that's been done to it. So,
Okay. Very cool. And so was the car anything special about the car before it went Restomod? I mean, was it a 6-cylinder power glide or what was the deal?
no, it was a V8 Bel Air before, but now with all the changes and everything that it's got on it, the 383 stroker and the 700 R4 transmission and stuff, is a lot of stuff's been done to it.
No, yours is the sweet spot about not being, with the upcoming January auctions here, the whole Restomod thing, some people take it way over the top. Yeah, the first impression of your car is it's that balance between making it a modern driver on a realistic budget, let's say. Which is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is, and it's I do drive it. It's the guy that built the car when I bought it. It had, I don't even know if it had 100 miles on it.
Okay.
Right now, it's got right at 500 miles on it that I've put on it. So I don't drive them all the time, but I do take them out and drive them and stuff and everything. Don't like them sitting in the garage, I didn't buy it to sit pretty in the garage. So
Yeah. And so walk me through the build. That all the things you know about it.
all the things that I know about it is, let me see if I can start from front to back on it with everything that's been done. The whole interior's been redone. With the aftermarket gauges and stuff in it. It's got the AC system on it. It's got a 383 stroker in it. The 700 R4 transmission has a manual valve body, so you have to shift it. It's a sequential shifter, basically.
Okay.
So you have to shift it up and down, and 9-inch Ford rear end.
Nice.
Disc brakes all the way around. It's got the traction bars. It's got the spring relocation kit because of the wider tires and stuff. They had to move the springs in and everything. So it's got a relocation kit. What else has been done to it? It's got the cools, radiator system and stuff in it.
I think that's called Be Cool.
Yeah, Be Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then it's got the Doug's electric cutouts for opening up the headers if you want to open up the headers and make it really loud.
Nice.
And it's got the bolt-on rack and pinion steering.
Okay.
The power steering on it. And
is that electric or hydraulic?
That's hydraulic.
Okay, nice.
I'm trying to think of everything else on it. That's it as far as I know. There's a lot been done to the car now.
Yeah. Was it a frame off when he did or did the body stay on?
The body stayed on as far as I know. The pictures that I've gotten stuff, the body stayed on. And they redid all that work and stuff and everything on it. And
so from what I can tell, the photographer will have come out. We'll get some more pictures of that, but it looks like the frame is highly detailed. Is that
Yeah, the frame's pretty good on it. Yes, everything's highly detailed. Whoever did the work did very good work. I mean, the gentleman I bought it from, he did a lot of work, but then he farmed out a lot of work. Um, he was he was 81 years old, and he had a Porsche that he drove at 150 miles an hour, and he said these kids don't want to play once you get over 150. It's like 81 years old, okay.
All right. Hey, I love them. I hope I can make it that far. Yeah. Um, let's see. What's your favorite thing about driving a car? Oh, it's got about 400 on it.
Um, I just the sound,
Mm-hmm.
the recognition I get from everybody when you go by. I mean, it's just constant thumbs up and people hollering at you or something, you know.
Yeah.
The color of it just pops. That red on there just pops. So
Would you call that a candy apple?
yes, I believe it is a candy apple. That's what the gentleman called it when I got it. That's what he called it. And but eh, eh, I I don't ever use the AC on it because I ride with the windows down. I like to hear it, smell it, see it. So
But it is in working shape, and
yes,
I'm guessing that's a vintage air system.
yes.
Nice. Okay. Um, and have you had to do any maintenance on the car since you've owned it?
I have not. I haven't had a dime's worth of trouble with it. Other than, let me take that back. It did have a what was that? A FAST fuel injection system on it
Okay.
that I absolutely hated with a passion.
Interesting. Okay.
And calling their help line and stuff like that was worthless.
Mm-hmm.
You got that little thing where you have to program it and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It would run so rich that it would fall out the plugs, and I would go in and program it like it's supposed to be programmed. So finally, what I did is I took that off and I called Holly and I said, "This is the motor I got. What do I need to put on there to make it run?" And I bought a 650 Holly double pumper, and the car runs like a top.
Nice. I hear that a lot. As much as fuel injection is nice. If you go old school like that,
Yeah.
you, you got a good chance of getting the car back home. So
Yes.
no harm, no foul. Yeah. Oh, good. So what's making you sell it? You getting looking for something different?
Yeah, I am getting antsy and it's like my wife says, you know, I go through cars, like you keep them a little while, then you get antsy and you want something else. And the 57 probably is one of the longest cars I've had. I mean, as far as keeping it, they usually don't last long at all before I get the itch to just sell or trade or buy something, you know. And it's like, you know, right now I'm in the middle of building a 1970 Nova with a 406 small block in it and stuff. And I have a 66 Impala in my garage. So
You're a busy boy then. Okay.
yes, I do. And it's a hobby that, a hobby that came in after I raced stock car for 30 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the last time I hit a concrete wall at 60 years old, I was like, man, this don't feel as good as it did when I was 20. So I got out of racing, sold everything, and got more involved in the old antique cars and stuff and everything after that. So
Very nice. And are there any current issues that the next owner would have to address?
no, not really. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. I fire it up and take it out, and um I will, you know, every once in a while I hear a little squeal from the pulley on the AC when I run it, but like I said, I don't run the AC. I run with the windows down, both windows down, and even in Florida in the middle of summertime, I have both windows down. I don't. So, but other than that, no, it fires up. I just took it out. A buddy of mine lives about 15 miles away from me, and just this past weekend, I took it out for a spin over to his house and back, you know, and
So you'd have no problem if you had a buddy 100 miles or so away. You'd be comfortable driving a car there and back.
yeah. It now I will say that 383 likes fuel.
Not surprised. Yeah. Well, and when you say you had the double pumper will do that.
Yep.
No doubt. No doubt. Um, let's see. And what are you going to miss most about the car when it's held?
The nostalgia of it, the looks of it, and just really the recognition I get when I drive it around. I enjoy that, you know. I mean, people pull up next to a stop sign, beep the horn to get my attention, to give me a thumbs up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. I can see where that I can't even imagine what that paint looks like in the sunlight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. So appreciate you getting on here, and what we're going to do next over the next week is, well, your travel plans aside, we're going to get a professional photographer in, document everything, and I know if people look at the listing, they can see that you got a full notebook of the build. And it's a 3-ring binder filled with pictures. I like that you got all the receipts, and it's good. I heard from what I heard from you, because that a lot of these Restomod builds, you hear somebody buys it, they have no miles on it, and then they've got some sorting to do on it, and clearly the fuel system was your pain point, and you resolved that, and you put a fair amount of miles on it to sort that out. So it's a nicely sorted Restomod that's ready for a new owner.
Yep. And I'm ready to look at something else, and I just, I don't know what I want, but I'll know it when I see it, right?
Very good. All right, so we're going to get the photographer there, and the pre-purchase inspection mechanic there, and when we get all of that content back, we'll post it on the listing. It's a car I would put in my own garage, and I've tried to document it as best I can with interviews like this and the professional photography, and we'll see where it goes.
Yep. And what brought me to your site was, I mean, scrolling through stuff and everything, and it popped up, and the Mika model auction's going on here right now in Kissimmee, not too far from me, a couple miles from me. And when I seen yours pop up and I started reading it, the commission that you get, that caught my eye, of course,
Sure.
compared to other places and stuff. And so I went out and I looked at some reviews and stuff that people put out there. So that turned out good. My wife, she's really good on the computer. So I told her, I said, go out and research this company for me and tell me what you think. And she got back, and I actually asked Chat GBT there, and it put a good review. So that's when I contacted you after that. So,
well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity. And so over the coming days, we're going to get the photographer out there, the inspector, and look forward to getting this presented and getting some bidders out there.
All right. Perfect. Sounds good to me, Rudy.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you to your wife for getting this set up, and we'll be in touch soon.
All right. Thanks, Rudy. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.